Okay, so what you see right now is the strategic management process wherein we've already discussed phase 1 VMOG, that is vision, mission, objectives and goals. Then phase 2 we have strategic analysis with three branches of industry and competitors analysis. Then we have the portfolio analysis and the SWOT analysis. Then we moved on to the third section, that is part 3 or phase 3, which is about crafting the strategy. And we have very simply three strategies: corporate level, business level, and functional level. We've already seen corporate level in detail: stability, expansion, retrenchment, and combination. We've also discussed the two parts, chapter 5, that is the business level strategies, as to what are the five forces that affect every business under the five forces model given by Michael Porter, and also his three generic strategies of cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. And alongside that, we've also seen what is called the best cost provider, which I didn't write here, so I will add that. Best cost provider, we've done the table there which gives you a comparison as to who the best cost provider is and what that is, so that takes care of that wing. And now down here we are to the sixth chapter, wherein we are going to discuss these six functional strategies in chapter 6. So I want to draw your attention to chapter 1, wherein we discussed about something called as business functions. If you remember what these business functions are, every business to start off needs money. So, finance. Now, with money, what will you be able to do without production? So, production is the next thing where you will produce the goods. Finance is considered the lifeblood of any business. Like how blood flows in a human body, money has to flow in business. At any point of time, if any business is encountering any serious problems, it could be because of money. So, finance, production. Once you produce, what will you do? You have to obviously do marketing, which is a very, very important business function. Marketing is about making people aware of your product. Then human resources, or HR in short, we will generally find this word HR everywhere. So human resources are the pillars of the organization, because irrespective of how many other activities you see here, end of the day you need somebody to do it, and that somebody who does it is the human being. Now, along with all this, you got to get the raw material in and finished good out. We talked about inbound logistics and outbound logistics. The more channelized and connected your logistic facilities are, the more connected and effective your supply chain is. And whatever you do, basically, the more connected you are, then definitely it will be you know a great value chain. And in creating a value chain to build a core competence, we saw how important linkages are. So having an effective logistics management. Now, though logistics deals with movement and storage of goods, there is a broader concept called as supply chain management. Of course, we will discuss it, nothing to worry. And then research and development being one of the business functions. Now, why we didn't give so much importance to R&D is because some people do it, some people don't. Some people don't have R&D budgets. They just pick up a successful product and keep doing that. They don't do anything with respect to innovation, or they don't go one step further. But when it comes to some businesses like tech businesses, wherein technology keeps evolving, and if they fold their hands and sit, somebody else will take their place in the market. So for such kind of businesses, there are no two ways of thinking the story there. They have to dedicate some time and do R&D. And in doing R&D also, should you do the R&D by your own self, or should you contract it to an outside firm called as outsourcing? What do you think would be the best strategy? All these are some points that we have to carefully discuss. We will talk about it in the due course of time right now. So, without spending much time discussing these things in the air, let's move on to the chapter wherein you're going to discuss a functional level strategy, of which the first one is I mean, discussed in VAST, called as marketing strategy. So, please come down to chapter number 6, wherein you have the first one called as a marketing strategy formulation. Now, in the past also we discussed where we spoke about market penetration. Now, penetration requires greater spending on advertising. Penetration is a strategy where you are trying to increase the emphasis of a product by making existing people consume more, or by introducing an existing product into an existing market. Do you guys remember this point? Now, when you are introducing existing products into existing markets, the normal question that you will encounter from people is, how different is your product from what is already there? So, if you don't have an effective marketing process wherein you can go out and tell people that, look, I understand that there are so many things which are already available in the market, but we are somewhat different. Now, to bring that feel that we are different, we have to make them use our product at least once. No, sir, let them use once. If they use once, they will realize our worth. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we are different. Now, agreed. All your points are fantastic. But how will you make them buy it for the first time? Sorry, if they buy once, no, after that, they are going to constantly keep buying our product only. I have that confidence. Okay, all this is nice. You know, many times this happens with, what do you call as these small food joints. What will they say? Arey sir, once you eat here and see, from next time you will only come. Now, next time you will come. So, there is a strategy for sustainable advantage. Oh, what about the first time? So, there are two challenges normally for every business. What is that? One is get a competitive advantage, that is, get the customer here in the first place. Then, if you are able to successfully get the customer, you try to convince him to understand the product, use the product, all that is fine. But how will you make him buy the second time? Now there is nothing that you really can do to make him buy the second time. That's why we discuss this concept called as value creation. Okay, back in the second chapter, if the customer feels the worth of it, the value for that, what is it, value for money products, remember, now as recently as in the best cost provider strategy also, we spoke about value so much. There are a lot of value conscious buyers in the market, and you have to establish and provide this value, and that's not such an easy task. Because I'll give you one example before I start off, and I want you to remember this example very clearly. Not that I didn't share this example with you in the past, I think we didn't find the right opportunity to discuss this, and I think now is one of the key factors. This particular thing we can definitely discuss it here. So all I want you to understand is, now we saw functions here. So R&D, production, and marketing. This particular line is not new to you, because this point came in managing linkages. I remember telling you the same example, but I want it to be more clear, so that I'm very confident that all of you have understood this connect. R&D team comes out with an innovation. So those of you who didn't concentrate much in the past, you can do so now, so that you don't miss this example. R&D people will come up with a innovation, and obviously once you do an innovation, you will go for patenting, copyrights, whatever. So I'm saying patents. They get the patents, and they'll pass this whole thing to the production team, so that the production team will produce that product. Is that cool? Simple, no? R&D team will try, fail. This is their story, and finally they'll come up with one excellent, innovation, for which they will get the patent on their name. And once the patent is on the name of the company, they have the license to produce. So it will be forwarded to the production team. Meanwhile, this production team, should they know the input formula? That is, in other words, called the production formula. Huh? Should they be well aware of it or not? Because if the R&D team has done some innovation, production team produces something else altogether. Meanwhile, our friends here in the marketing team, they are marketing something else only. Okay, I'll give you one simple example. R&D team said Mars. Okay, production team is like Venus. Marketing team is saying Earth. All I'm saying is that each of them are way different from what each one is thinking. So unless all of them stick to one, you will not be able to convince a customer, no? Because R&D team came up with an innovation which suits the customer needs. Production team should understand what R&D team came up with, and they should produce the same thing. What is being produced has to be marketed correctly to the people here. Okay, because people raise expectations. Now, how many times we got fooled by seeing trailers before going to the movie? Okay, so there are lots of movies like that wherein the best part about that movie is the trailer. Now, each one of you will know one movie like that. The best part of that movie is the trailer. The 2.5 minutes what they cut it so brilliantly that it created such a hype. Okay, and then I don't have to tell you guys, you are in the generation of social media wherein uh, trolling and trending both are, I mean, they both happen hand in hand. So if it's good, it goes trending. If it's bad, it gets into the trolling stream. So trolling, trending, I don't care what it is, but both will attract attention, correct? So I mean, you guys are in the Instagram generation, so you know more than what I'm saying. But what we need to understand from this is marketing. There is no good marketing or bad marketing. Marketing is simply marketing. It creates awareness, that's all. It's a bad product, very good, awareness created. It's an excellent product, awareness created. It is a product, that's what we need to know. Good, bad is just about the adjectives that are being added there. So all I'm trying to say is, if these people say Mars, even these two people should say that only. Okay, R&D team can't talk about Mars while these two are talking something else. That's not our agenda or the idea. So this should not be the case. All these three departments should work in tandem. They should work in such a way that all of them are able to convey the same message to each other. And I think you remember this word called as cross functional. So if there is a cross-functional connect, interdepartmental linkages, I'll use the same words that I used in the second chapter. Interdepartmental linkages. If these are good, then you shouldn't be having any sort of a problem. But if the interdepartmental linkages are weak, for whatever be the reason, if they tend to be weak, then that is where we have to step in and try and create this balance. Understood. So first let us understand what is the role of each function, and then try to strike a balance between these so that whatever is being produced is only being marketed. See, if whatever is being produced is only marketed, our marketing team does that job properly, then people raise an expectation which our product can match. In fact, there are many cases where marketing is excellent but always one step down when compared to production. You know why that happens? So that people already raise expectations to a particular level, and when the product actually is released in the market, they feel more than what was expected. Now they think that they are getting more satisfaction. No, actually, it is the marketing team's effort to raise your expectation only to a certain level, but the product was beyond satisfaction. This is like a small budget movie going a blockbuster, which also has happened in several cases, right? So small budget movies, how do they become a hit? They don't become a hit from day one, or they don't do crores of pre-release stable business. You understand, right? Pre-release stable business means the movie gets sold to these distributors before even it hits the theaters with a huge profit margin, because they believe that movie will anyway do well, so they pay high money and buy that movie, the distributors. So production house makes a huge profit, but this does not happen every time. When did you see a profitable venture simply being thrown away like that? They won't, because they know it's a I mean, again, this is not common in all fields. I should not take only the examples of movies and talk about this, because it's quite different in different industries. Now let's say FMCG is there, wherein fast moving consumer goods, I will not see an advertisement in TV of a chocolate or a biscuit and go and buy that continuously. Maybe I'll buy it for once. Now if that doesn't serve the purpose of, I didn't like it, oh, second time I won't go. Now I'll give you one personal example of what I actually got irritated with. Was one of the products from Quality Walls, Magnum ice creams from Quality Walls. I mean, like, the hype that was created around is like saying that it's the best ice cream that Quality Walls has manufactured till date. Okay, I mean, your product, so you can create hype, nothing wrong. But you price the ice cream four times the price of the normal ice cream that's there in the Quality Walls. Let's say you have a cone for 30 or 40 or 50 rupee range. These are 3 to 4 times that, 120, 150. Okay, fine. Now you go, you buy. The moment you don't find utility in it, that's it. So did you taste it? Yes. Did you like it? No. Will you buy it next time? No. Story is over. Now, irrespective of I seeing that advertisement 100 more times, I was still not going, and 100 more times it's going to remind me that it's not worth it. Nobody can change that feeling. Now, I'm just saying this as an example because I've encountered this. Like this, it happens in so many fields. To talk about that in cars, if you saw, like a 30-second car advertisement where the car has done excellent things. Now, see, one, they're shot under very, design circumstances. Two, the driver is an excellent driver whose regular profession is to drive the car like that. Now, if you get carried away by seeing a 35 seconds or a 40-second ad and then go spend 15 lakhs on a car just because you saw an ad, I mean, it's not going to work. It when you went for the test drive, you will be like, what is this nonsense? They showed something and now something else is there. And in the advertisement, they'll raise that vehicle and go with a great pickup. When you actually start driving, there's no pickup that we expected. So marketing, production, R&D, in fact, all these three. See, for all of these three, lifeblood is finance. Because if money is not there, none of this will work. Okay. The very reason why before I started the discussion, I'm discussing so many things around these functions is you need to understand why we are doing this chapter. Correct? See, till now, whatever we did, we had a justification as to why. Corporate level strategies, okay, we know why we did corporate level strategies. By the names only, they are very clear. You want to stay stable or you want to expand. So is the case with cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. But here, these are functional areas. If you ask somebody, why should you do marketing? I mean, like, why should you not do marketing? So both are debatable questions only. That's why I want you to understand this background clearly, understand cross functionality, and marketing can be a great tool, and marketing can be a great destroyer as well. So sometimes excellent product will be there, but because of their bad advertising, you raised more than what expectations are. That's what I told you with movies. That's what happens. Movie is a very good, nice movie, but because the expectations were so high on it, even if it's slightly little or slightly lesser than the expectation, movie will be like, okay, it's not great. It's good, but it's not great. Who asked it to be great? So how many of us as customers have that open mind? So this is a big challenge for everybody to decide where to draw that line. So that's where this chapter comes in and helps us in understanding where you should be doing that, because these products we are not just talking about, I mean, these functions we are not just talking about performing those functions, they should be commercially viable also, no? I don't do marketing just because it is there in the book and somebody told me to do marketing. I do marketing because it has to do some value addition to my product. So, lots of interesting insights are going to come up. So, let's start with the first one, which is the most detailed one called marketing. None of those strategies are as big as marketing. So, let's start with the very first one. Now, I think all of you have very clear idea as to the whole background of doing this chapter. So, now let's go ahead without any without anybody stopping us. Chalo. Marketing strategy formulation. If you want an organization wherein they are formulating a marketing strategy, first you need to know obviously as to what marketing is. Marketing is a social and managerial process. Marketing is a social and managerial process by which two people, individuals and groups, okay, either it be an individual or a group, obtain what they want. Obtain what they want. Maybe if I want profit or if I want anything, how will I create something and how will I make public buy that? Create, offer, and make people aware. That's the most important thing. It's a social and managerial process where which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through three words: creating, offering, and exchanging what? Products. Which products? Products that have some value. From whose point of view? Customer's point of view. Creating, offering, and exchanging products of value with others. So, this is the story behind marketing. Simple definition: create, then offer, then if they like it, they will buy, give the good, take the money. Simple exchanging. Creating, offering, and exchanging products of value with others. Okay, sir, in marketing, what decisions we should take? Why is there so much hype about marketing? Simply we can go ahead and put some 4 or 5 posters and close it. No. Okay, that's all, advertising done. Okay, you gotta put 4 or 5 posters? Fine. Where? What should be the size of the poster? What should be the content of the poster? What should be the color of the poster? First of all, it should is it going to be a poster? No, sir. Our product is more sold on the internet, so why don't we go for digital marketing? 100 new questions will pop up then. Should I go for direct? Should I go for indirect? Should I advertise it on the radio? Should I go for the TV? Should I go for the social media platform? Till the time you don't question yourself on where should you do marketing, this won't be a problem. The moment you start a question, okay, where should the marketing be done? All these marketing decisions. Now you are seeing 6 questions on your screen. Those 6 are only an illustrative list. I mean, 6, no, 60 or 600 doubts can also come for us. Some of the common examples of marketing decisions which require special attention are: what sort of a distribution network are you going to use? Are you going to use a physical distribution network? Are you going to use a physical distribution network? Are you going to use it through retail channels? Are you going to go for e-commerce? What is your distribution network? Should you go for exclusive dealerships? Like if you look for Skoda cars, Skoda cars, right? Mahavir Motors is exclusive dealer for the Skoda cars. You won't be able to buy Skoda cars anywhere else other than Mahavir Motors because nobody else is there. So Mahavir Motors has an exclusive Skoda dealership like that. Should you go for something like that, or should you go for multiple channels of distribution? That is, it being sold through distributors, it being sold through retailers, it being sold online. Second question that we are asking: the amount and extent of advertising. That's obviously a big marketing decision. As I told you some time back, no marketing is also marketing. You can advertise it by paying the highest amount to advertise it, like giving the title sponsorship for something like IPL, DLF IPL, Pepsi IPL, Vivo IPL. Do you even like think of how much cost it goes into title sponsoring that? Because for 55 days, roughly around 2 months, continuously, for like 1,000 times in that 3 hours or 4 hours of cricket match, they are going to pronounce that. Imagine what sort of reach that product is going to get. Okay, so that's how the DLF IPL was a contract for 5 years. Pepsi was a contract for 3 years. Title sponsorship, so many 100 crores. Not just, maybe like you are advertising in IPL itself means there is millions of people watching it. So at least if they buy it or not, at least they're aware. The next time they see that brand, will like, yeah, I saw this in IPL. You at least get a strike through. And those brands that we see through IPL and all, there is a hype created already, saying that okay, unless they're a great brand, they won't advertise here. It's a hype created. Whether it's true or not, we don't know. Title sponsorship, man of the match sponsorship, man of the series sponsorship. Every match there are different kind of awards, where sponsor awards, right? Best fielder, valuable player. For everything there is sponsorship. So should we go for something like that as marketing technique, or should we simply put ads on TV? Whether to use heavy or light advertising? Should we go for print media, TV, or internet? Whether to limit or enhance the share of business done with single or few customers. Too much business with single customer, there's one advantage, that majority of your produce gets sold to that one single customer. That's an amazing point. Having said that, tomorrow if that fellow says bye to you, majority of your produce will go unsold because you lost that key customer, because you are excessively dependent only on one customer. So all these aspects are there, which is again a decision to be taken. Should you follow whatever the prices are being set in the market, or should you create a price? Like India is a price follower when it comes to metals. Now metals, whichever metals are there, all of those internationally, like steel, aluminium, whatever, prices are being set internationally, and then our country prices are being adopted. I'm not saying our country will just blindly copy. Based on the interaction of demand and supply only, they'll be determined here. But international market plays a major role, like for crude oil, for metals, and there we follow the pricing from there. We don't try to create something. But within us, within the country, locally, in some areas, some people decide what the price of a particular product should be. So should we be the price leaders? Should we be the price followers? I mean, being either of that is not a problem. Or, no, sir, I want to be a leader. Nothing like that. There's a lot of tension if you are the leader. Sir, best, sir, to be follower. Now, sometimes you can't enjoy the advantage of being a prize follower. So, pros and cons are there for both. Anyway, that's not our topic. But that's also a very important marketing decision, because if you are a prize leader, why have you set the price above everybody? You have to justify through your marketing. If you're simply a prize follower, then people get a feeling that, you are also one in the bunch. What is so special about you? Okay, so then you have to again through marketing explain what is so special about you. So marketing is playing a very, very interesting and important role, but only thing is we need to channelize that facility in the right direction. Whether to offer complete or limited warranty, 5 year, 3 year, lifetime warranty, whatever. Whether to reward salespeople. Now, how are salespeople paid? Three ways. One, fixed salary. No debates, we pay fixed salary. Two, straight commission, 2%, 3%, 5% commission of whatever they sell. One, straight salary, pay them a fixed amount irrespective of what they do. Two, how many ever units they do multiplied by that percentage commission. Three, which is the most common followed, is fixed up to a particular level. And when they cross that level, from there they will get a variable pay. Like that's when motivation comes in. Because in the first one, whether you do or not, I am anyway going to get my salary, then it is not at all encouraging. Second one, how much sales you do, you get that much, which is also a great thing. But there is no minimum assurance there. Because if I don't end up doing sale, I won't get any commission. So to encourage you to get a minimum guarantee, plus to motivate you, there's a third one, both. So straight salary, straight commission, or a combination of both. I mean, as I just told you, those six are not the only six decisions in marketing. Like that, 60 and 600 decisions will be there. Anyway, to give you a broad idea, yes, this is what marketing story is all about. So now, unless we understand the depth of what marketing is, what goes into the marketing of a particular product, and how marketing is established, this story will not be done. So what I want to do now is to explain what is marketing, and then we will go ahead and understand what are the elements that are involved in doing this. So, simple concept. Let's talk about something that I believe we know well because we have used this terminology elsewhere. Let's catch up with that, and then we can see if there is anything new. Marketing, what is it? Finding out what opportunities you have, who are your target markets, encouraging them to buy your product. Very simple. Marketing is the process of analyzing market opportunities, selecting target markets, developing the marketing mix, and managing the marketing effort. Target customers stand at the center of the marketing process. Customers stand at the center of any business. Whatever you do it for your customers. That's why businesses are called customer-centric, wherein they focus on that particular customer. Target customers stand at the center of the marketing process. Once the corporate strategy has been defined, that is, corporate strategy is nothing but the business's growth plan, vision, mission, objectives. Company's corporate strategy has been defined, overall mission and objectives are determined. Marketing plays a very important role in carrying out these objectives. Who plays an important role? Marketing plays an important role in carrying out these objectives. Marketing alone, very important point, put a star down there. Marketing alone cannot produce superior value for the consumer. It needs to work in coordination with other departments to accomplish this. It needs to work in coordination with other departments to accomplish this. Marketing acts as a part of the organizational chain of activities. Now, do you understand why I explained so much before we started discussing marketing? So that to explain this one line, it would have taken me all the time, but now you can save that because right now what you can see on screen already explains you that particular line. Guys, are you following what I'm saying? So marketing is one of that entire chain of activities. So which is why I told you to concentrate in the beginning very carefully, because it sums up the entire line. I will read it out for you again. See there. Marketing acts as a part of organization's chain of activities. So there are a lot of activities in that chain. Marketing acts as a part. Does marketing do value addition? Of course. It's in the primary activities. Do you remember? Inbound logistics, operations, Outbound logistics, marketing and sales. Only after marketing, then only sales. So, marketing is very much a part of our entire flow of activities. Marketers are challenged to find ways to get all departments to think with focus on customer. Now, it's a tough task. Many people in the sense, many people working in different departments, they think only from their perspective. I'm working in this department, so what should I do? It's slightly difficult for somebody to go ahead and think like, okay, I'm working here, but what would customer think? Sir, how will that perspective be developed? Slightly difficult, that's what I'm saying. So I'll give you an example here at this point of time. I think I should share this example. It's a very interesting one. So there was one old man who was making parachutes. Right? What a parachute is. So there was stitches on the parachute. Everything was like absolutely in order. But only one line went a little aside from where it has to. So this old man was sitting and making sure that it's all strengthened up straight, and then it's so he was doing that bit of modification. When the CEO was walking past, he saw this old man doing this. So the CEO stopped by and he started telling the old man, "Why are you wasting time? Okay, the stitches have gone by side, but you are anyway going to stuff everything in up. And when the parachute actually opens, nobody will be there on top of the parachute to go and see whether stitches are in line or not. Parachute should serve its purpose. If it is in condition, then what's your problem? Who on earth will know that it is not proper?" So the old man very firmly and simply replied, "I will know." It's a great life lesson also there. See, you don't do things to prove it to the world. Sometimes you do things to make yourself happy. So this is one of those best stories where work with passion comes in. Okay, so the CEO was startled immediately. Obviously, okay, what the old man is saying is right. End of the day, he knows it that he didn't do his work. So the old man says, "I know it that it didn't work. So if I fold this parachute and put it inside and send it across, if it opens up, everything goes fine. The person whoever is used it has landed safely. Everything is fine. But I would still not be satisfied that I gave my 100% to this. Now, sir, out of nowhere, why did this come into marketing? Now, this is where value addition happens. This person, whoever did this, he didn't think from his perspective of sales. Okay, one parachute sold is one parachute sold. He didn't think of that. He said, okay, how does this create value? Thinking from the point of view of a customer. Okay, two things here. Very, alarming example. Not many people will do that, no? Stitches went aside. What will they do? Okay, so it is still stitched properly. When it opens, everything will be fine. Cool, no problem. Customer will not even know, sir, one line went like this. Now, all of us here, we are wearing so many garments. We know, like, every time do we examine a shirt whether everything is come in line or not? Okay. I mean, today 95% of the garments are machine made. So, I mean, the margin of error for that is very less. And even if there is an error in that, they won't sell those products. Correct? And once in a while, when we find something like that, the stitch has gone wrong or something like that, I mean, immediately we will demean the whole brand. Now, did you see any time, somebody blaming a brand like Louis Philippe or Van Heusen for saying that, they didn't stitch it properly? It won't happen. Even if something goes wrong like that, they will reject that piece and they will not bring it to the market because it's on their reputation. Thinking from the perspective of a customer, it's not easy, but at the same time, will employees find job satisfaction in doing that? Okay, everybody can't be like that old man. Okay, the old man, that's why it stands out as an example. Not just doing the work, think from the point of view of the customer as to what they want and find your passion in it. Sir, are you not asking for too much? That is why this process becomes a little complicated. And will you really be able to tell all this to the customer? Even if you really think this is more like I love my work, this is more of a one side love story here. You are doing so much, you contribute so much, but how will the third party recognize? I know, sir. I am not doing anything in this world for somebody to recognize. Philosophy is fantastic, but that doesn't work in business. Okay, maybe as an individual you do good and others don't know what good you're doing. Still fine, and that has to be the way how good is done. You can't. I mean, I see many people like if they contribute an amount. I'm not saying wrong, but I somehow find it weird. You contribute to some noble cause and then take a screenshot of that, put it on all your social media, and say I did this. Now, there is a counter argument which says when we do that, it encourages a lot of others to do that. But I have never seen that happen practically. Let's say, for example, I contribute 5,000 to something, take a screenshot of that, blur the amount, because which is what many people do, and then put it on all my social media and say, look, I contributed. And I would urge all of you to contribute. I could have contributed 50 or 500 or 5,000, nobody knows. I just blur it up. So all I'm trying to tell people is, look, I contributed. You also contribute. So if somebody deeply feels that they have to contribute, they will obviously do it. But this is what I feel. So I mean, good does not require marketing, is what I feel, because it eventually gets done, and it's a proven theory. Okay, and bad will get propagated fast, irrespective of you don't want it to happen. It will get propagated very very fast. So, and that too in today's world, everything happens in lightning speed. So we have to be very careful, and understanding the marketing technique is a big challenge. Not doing marketing technique is a very important challenge, because if you don't select the right marketing strategy, you don't know whom are you targeting. Okay, so which is why before explaining you what are the subparts of marketing, first let us understand whom are we targeting. Sir, from that time you are going on telling customer, who is our customer? Let's identify that. In search of competitive advantage, firm needs to look beyond its own chain of activities into the chains of suppliers, distributors, and ultimately customers. So once you're able to hold the entire chain, the supply chain in and customer chain out, everything, don't worry, by the end of this chapter we would have completed the link between the entire chain. But all I'm saying is there should be a link. Sir, if we partner up and have a proper link, what will happen? This partnering will produce what is called as a value delivery network, not simply a product delivery network. Lot of product delivery networks are there where people just throw up the product to customers, that everybody can do. But if you are partnered up with the supplier in the right way, if you're partnered down with your logistics in the right way, you can ensure that, okay, why should I keep this as a secret? It's not some great thing, no. It's 5 rights. You should ensure that the right product is delivered to the right person at the right time, at right quality, at right price. Right person, the right product should be delivered at the right time, right price, and right quality. If you are able to ensure these five, and that's when you are able to establish a supply chain successfully. Sir, will this happen overnight? No chance. Sir, will it happen in 1 month, 6 months? Now, I don't know how long this takes to establish. The word they use, this partnering, given inverted commas, is that to bring this partnering right, sometimes it might take few years, sometimes it might even take a lifetime. Maybe somebody put a decade into that business to understand the in and out, and then established a complete chain. So we can't guess what is the timeline that I mean, like, that is required. Some people will be able to do this in 6 months also. So I mean, many technology businesses have done it. How long did it take for Swiggy and Zomato to establish a full length chain? Swiggy took 3 years to optimize their entire supply chain activity. Okay, from when they were a startup to when Swiggy was full fledged functional at their peak, it just took them 3 years, because they struck the right chord in the technology that they used. Job done. And following Swiggy, Zomato came into the same business. Okay, there's one more person called Food Panda who actually initiated and propagated this idea, but they couldn't take it live properly. They're not even there in the market. Okay, so likewise, there are many good and bad aspects of it. Sir, fine. So only one point is pending, sir. If I know who I have to target, I will target them. Correct? Chalo, let's wind up this. Connecting with customers. How are you going to connect with customers? Companies must be customer centered. Always focus on the customer's point of view. They must win customers from competitors. I told you, you can't snatch others' competitors. You have to win. In market penetration, I told you, Just because you introduce the product, people will not start doing that thing for you. As I told you that day as a joke, because you introduce the toothpaste, 20 people will not start brushing newly. I hope you guys remember this example. Just because you started something, people will not start consuming that. Okay. Till now, they never brushed in life, sir. From tomorrow only, they are going to brush because you are launching a toothpaste. How absurd and ridiculous is that? I very clearly remember that I've drawn on screen and explained that fact that little share from Colgate, little share from Pepsodent, little share from Close Up. Are you able to recollect that? So that way we have to grab customers, win customers from others, and keep them by delivering great value. Since companies cannot satisfy all customers in a given market, take this for granted. You can't satisfy everybody in the market, it's not possible. So, what you should do, since companies cannot satisfy all consumers in a given market, they must divide the total market, that is market segmentation. Choose what your best segment is, market targeting, and design strategies only to profitably serve the chosen segments better than the others or better than the competitors, and wherein in your target market you will go for market positioning. And as latest as in the previous session only, we discussed about finding the right niche, which is what this is also. Divide the entire market into segments. You can't fulfill everybody in one market. Like take example of cars. Somebody want a car for 80 lakhs, somebody want a car for 8 lakhs. Both need car only. So as per the definition of car, you can give both of them a four wheeler, but one who needs it for 8 lakhs and one who needs it for 80 lakhs, the perception about what a car is and how they want it is different. No. So you can't be serving them with the same idea. So that is exactly what market targeting is. Select your target market. Market may have multiple segments. So first segment the market, select your target segment and you position yourself. Market segmentation, market targeting and market positioning. So this is a very important piece that one has to understand when it comes to marketing, because if you understood this, the rest of the story is very simple, because you got to develop what is called as a marketing mix. Okay, before I discuss what marketing mix exactly is, because now you're going to discuss 4 P's plus a set of 3 additional P's here. So what is the value of marketing, how important it is to the organization, why should we do marketing? I hope you are clear with all these 3 points. And before I continue with marketing mix, I want you to give a quick read to all those points that we have discussed till now. And please underline those 3 words: market segmentation, market targeting, and market positioning. So, as you see, marketing mix is a very important constituent. Like you have to mix a few elements. Here in this case, we call them as the 4 P's. You mix 4 P's to get the right combination: product, price, place, and promotion. Not that you don't know them. Uh, if you want to understand what those are in one liners, let us first try and catch up those. Then we will. Okay, moving here. 4 P's that are involved in marketing, which is for the marketing mix. If you want to get the right marketing mix, you have to have the right product with you. Now, when you say a product, what is a product? Any goods or services, or a simply good or service, is called a product. Price. Now, we saw obviously in the previous session that amount of money customer is willing to pay. Willing to pay will not be price. Willing to pay means for buying this particular equipment, this equipment is 20,000. No, sir, I am willing to pay only 2,000. Willing to pay, no. Willing to pay is what? Derived based on satisfaction. What he has to pay, right? I think in the economics also you've got this definition, right? Amount of money customer has to pay. Customer has to pay to acquire that particular product. Then place. What is place? Where the product is made available for sale. Where product is made available for sale. That is only called as place. Promotion, a very important concept, because this is what is one of the most important and critical piece of the 4. Promotion is every activity that you do to create awareness. Okay, herein we have again, as part of promotion, we have personal selling. Like in the past, they used to go door to door and sell. So promotion is every activity that is done to create some awareness. Anyway, don't worry. Here four types are there. I will discuss with you those also now. So let's start by discussing what these four P's are and how they are helpful in bringing the right marketing mix. So going by that, the marketing mix is a set of, underline, controllable marketing variables. What is it? Set of controllable marketing variables that the firm blends, means mixes. Firm blends to produce the response it wants the target market. The marketing mix consists of everything that the firm can do to influence the demand for its product. Do everything or anything. These variables are often referred to as the 4 P's, and the 4 P's stands for product, price, place, and promotion. An effective marketing program, if you want to keep the program effective, you got to mix it. Blend means mix. An effective marketing program blends all of the marketing mix elements into a coordinated program designed to achieve the company's marketing objectives, that too by delivering value to the consumers. What are the 4 P's? Let's go by the first one. First P called product. Any goods or service is called a product. Now service also, generally when we render, when we refer it as a product, it's nothing but we're trying to deliver something as a service also. Now as a chartered accountant, I wish to do some chartered accountancy services, right? So like that, what are we willing to deliver? Product stands for goods and service combination of the company offers to the target market. Strategies are needed for managing the existing product, currently what we have, and then do diversification by adding new ones over time. Strategies are needed for managing the existing product over time, adding new ones, and dropping failed products. I hope by now all of you are clear on what is stability, expand, and retrench when it fails. Strategic decisions must also be made about branding, packing, and other product features like warranties. Should you be giving it for 3 years, 5-year warranty? Is it a guarantee? Like that. Products can be differentiated. How will one product be differentiated from the other? Products can be differentiated on the basis of size, shape, color, packing, brand name, after sale service, and so on. And finally, it took roughly around 6 chapters to come to this particular line, which I've been telling you right from the first class. Products and markets are infinitely dynamic. Though we have been orally shouting this for almost all the classes till now, since the very first class where I told you environment is infinitely dynamic, changing and ever changing, products and markets are infinitely dynamic. Some products have consistent customer demand. Some products have consistent customer demand over long period of time, while others have short and fleeting lifespans. They come and go. Maybe they are seasonal, like mangoes. Okay, I mean just giving you an example of mangoes. Nowadays, through artificial processes and all that, they are keeping that mango in some conditions whereby they're available throughout the year. So I might not sound right in that example, but mango is a seasonal fruit. So like that, some have short and fleeting lifespans. They come, they be there for 1 or 2 months and then gone. Some will be there perpetual throughout the year, like water. Some basic products are there. Pulses, then sugar. Throughout the year, the requirement and demand continues to remain the same. Some products have consistent customer demand. Most of the household products have consistent customer demand over a long period of time, while others have short and fleeting lifespans. The products and even firms' image is built around the brand through advertising and other promotional strategies. Organizations seek the hammer. No, here, please don't mistake hammer means taking something and beating and all. Organizations seek to hammer means they want to make a strong impression in the mind. Organizations seek to hammer into customers' minds that their products are different from others. Everybody wants to tell, in the market, we are different from others. Why will somebody come into the market and tell, I and that product are same, sir? If you want, you buy that, otherwise buy. Why will anybody tell? Everybody will tell we are different from others. So that's why in differentiation, they told you some points of differentiation With customer values, if you have that with you, then they will even be ready to pay premium prices. So which is why this becomes a very interesting aspect over time. Check this point out. Organizations seek to hammer into the customer minds that their products are different from the others. Customer tend to develop strong brand loyalty. What do customers do? They tend to develop a strong brand loyalty for a particular product. Strong brand loyalty for a particular product over a period of time. Got it? This is about product, the first P. Then going up to the second one, okay, again, couple of points that you're seeing here are very favorite question of the examiners, these two pricing strategies. So watch out. Price, what is price? The amount of money customers have to pay, not willing to pay, have to pay to obtain the product. Necessary strategies pertain to the location of customers. Will price change from location to location? Absolutely. Water bottle 20 rupees normally. Water bottle on a hilltop 50 rupees you'll buy. Cool drink outside 20 rupees small bottle. In the theaters same bottle 50 rupees still tend to buy. So necessary strategies pertain to the location of customers, pricing flexibility, related items within a product on terms of sale, the price of a product. Now see, if a product has a price of 200 on it, that 200 didn't come as some random number. That 200 is a combination of several things, right? Check this out. The price of a product is a composite expression. That's a combination of, that's what we're trying to say. The price of a product is a composite expression of its value and utility to the customer. Its demand, quality, reliability, safety, the competition it faces, and the desired profit plus so on. I think all of you are students of costing. I don't have to tell you how a cost sheet is prepared. You know much better than me as to how a cost sheet is prepared. And at the end of that, after all the cost is going in, cost of material, cost of labor, other overheads, then you arrive at the final cost. Plus you will add a profit margin that you want, plus you will also see how much demand is there for this product. Can we add a little more premium? You can do all of that. Okay, so in an industry there would be organizations with low cost products and other organizations with high costs. So both ways are there. The ones who have low cost, they are kind of cost leaders. They're trying to be cost leaders. Somebody who has high cost, it's not like everybody wants to have high cost. If your product is superior like that, then it might end up having high cost. Sir, then how will you price a new product? Two options which generally we see in market. One, when you introduce the product, price it very high, and over a period of time bring it low. Smartphones best. Day one iPhone 1 lakh, 6 months later same iPhone, no features changed, nothing changed, just 6 months time passed, the same 1 lakh rupees iPhone will come down to 75,000. Why? Did they remove 25% of the parts? No, no. With time, this is called skimming pricing. Initially set a very high price, bring it down over a period of time, called skimming pricing. Then we have the other sort of other sort of pricing called as penetration pricing, geo. What is the pricing? Zero, starting with zero, then 99, then 249, and then okay, they're charging whatever they want for a year now. Okay, so start with a very low price, attract people, get them to use your product, make them addicted to your product. Addicted not in the literal sense, that means make them a regular customer, and then start increasing the prices. They will still pay for it. Two simple strategies. In pricing a new product, you have to keep three things in mind. In pricing a new product, at least three objectives must be kept in mind. One, making the product acceptable to the customers. Making the product acceptable to customers. Two, producing a reasonable margin over cost. Obviously, no, nobody is doing charity. Producing a reasonable margin over cost. And three, achieving a market that helps in developing a marketing share. Developing a market share. This is exactly something that I drew on screen a few days back, wherein in that yellow circle completely where Colgate, Pepsi and everybody were there, with a green line I did show you that how we grab other share. So our pricing, our marketing should be in such a way that it ends up helping us grab a bit of market share. Please read those two boxes as you see there. Skimming pricing and penetration pricing. In skimming, prices are set very high in the beginning. The product is directed towards those buyers who are relatively price insensitive. These are guys who don't want to bother about price. Told you a few days back, they'll go and stand in the night only in the queue. First day they want to have it. Sir, why? Will it deliver anything golden if you have it in the first? No, just excitement. First day, first show. 500 rupees ticket, no problem. Skimming pricing. iPhone, first one of the, sir, I have the first, lot of iPhones. So, same thing 6 months later if you buy also. But okay, anyway, that's different. That's personal satisfaction for those who do that. Okay, I told you, right? Brand new. So, brand new Harry Potter book. If I read 1 month later, story is not going to change. That's my perspective. No offense to anybody there. Yeah, many people lose the interest. They want to do it that day only. Back then I was also like that. If I don't watch the movie in the first weekend of its release, then I just don't watch it. I'll later watch it when it comes on OTT. But now everything is coming on OTT. That's a different story. But then back then, when I was, like firmly interested in watching, now I don't find so much amount of luxury in time to do that. Now I can watch it anytime. No, I can have. I have a big screen set up at my own convenience, so I can watch it anytime, and OTT is there for that. So there is no real reason why you should wait for the first day, first show, pay extra. No, sir, that gives us satisfaction. You don't know all that. I'm pretty sure I know all that, but at some point of time, you'll realize that all that don't have the same kind of worth that it had in time. So yeah, time specific, yes, but otherwise, skimming pricing is just to attract price insensitive customers and make the most of it. They're not sensitive to price, but they are very sensitive to the novelty of the product. Novelty means the product being new. As long it's new and fresh, that's what it has its advantage. 2 days later, 3 days later, it doesn't deserve the attention that we're actually talking about. Then coming up to the next point wherein it talk about penetration. In penetration, the firm keeps a temptingly low price. Please underline that. What do? The firm keeps a temptingly low price for a new product, which itself is the selling point. A very large number of potential customers may be able to afford and willing to try the product, and they also want us to do that only. They don't want us to become any permanent customers here. They just want us to try the product once. Eventually, they will make sure that you become their permanent customers. So, two pricing strategies. So, what are the first two P's? Product, price. Third one's a very easy one called place. What is place? Is where the product is made available for sale. Place stands for all the company activities that make the product available for the target market. What is it? Available to the target market. One of the most basic marketing decisions is choosing the most appropriate marketing channel. Because if you go wrong here, then maybe your audience itself you're targeting wrong. And when you target the wrong audience, I think you will not be able to do justification to whatever job you're doing. So you have to be very careful there. One of the most basic marketing decisions is choosing the most appropriate marketing channel. The distribution policies of a company are important determinants of the functions of marketing. The decision to utilize a particular marketing channel or channels sets the pattern for operation of the sales force. Like you see, MI and OnePlus phones, they sell through only online platform, only online, not all their models, but there are a lot of models are sold. So even Samsung, though it has exclusive stores and exclusive dealership and all that, there's still some models of Samsung which are exclusively sold only on the internet, right? So, is it available in any of the stores? No, this is only for internet. So, for internet users alone, there are some exclusive products. For physical alone, there are some exclusive products. Like that, they get the conversion done then. Then comes the last P, which is called as promotion. Stands for all the activities that communicate the merits. Now in the flow, don't write merits and demerits. Okay, only merits. Nobody will communicate demerits. Okay. Promotion stands for all the activities that communicate the merits of the product and persuade the target consumers to buy it. Strategies are needed to combine individual methods like advertising, personal selling, sales promotion into a coordinated campaign. All those have different meanings. Everything that a business does is not advertising. You should not be of that opinion. "Ah, everything they do is just about," no, it's not like that. See there. Strategies are needed to combine individual methods like advertising, personal selling, and sales promotion into a coordinated campaign. Modern marketing, that's today's marketing, is highly promotional oriented. Correct? That's why even the biggest of movie stars come and market their movie. They have to do all that promotional activities. That was not there 10 years back. If you go back 10 years in time, today, like when a movie is releasing, hundreds of press releases, interviews, coming and doing a YouTube live, a Facebook live, Insta live, all that was not there. And actors and actresses, they only act in the movie, they don't do all this promotion stuff. Back then, it is a job of production house. But today, in signing a movie contract, all those people have to, agree to do the promotions, and they should be there as part of that and promote their movie. That's why you see they're going to the colleges, they're going to various places, promote that. They have to see, because today, the first weekend when the movie is released, maybe the that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or an extended 4 5 days at the box office. That's what is the movie. Movie is judged on that only. Okay, back then it was like, a movie ran for a few weeks, 50 days, 100 days. Back then, that used to be the count. Back then, this collection stuff was not there. So today's, movie business has turned out like that. FMCG business also is like, how many households did you cater to? So if you see FMCG advertisement, they'll be like serving to so many lakhs of people. Why do you want to say that? It's because you're telling that I'm already doing it for lakhs of people. This is the confidence that I can give you. Okay. So organizations strive to push their sales and market standing on a sustainable basis and in a profitable manner under conditions of complex direct and indirect competitive situations. Promotion also acts as an impetus to marketing. So something that helps you, a platform for marketing. Four sort of activities are very important here as part of promotion. First of which is called as personal selling. What is it called? Personal selling. Personal selling is one of the oldest forms of promotion, going door to door and selling. Nowadays, with all the apartments and gated communities, many salesmen are not allowed inside. But still, if you are living in an area where most of the residential houses are independent houses and all, you still have some people come door to door to promote their product. It involves a face to face interaction of the sales force with that of prospective customers, not customers. So they go and explain somebody who can turn out to be your customer, who's not already your customer, who can. That's why when we go, we will tell them, don't buy. Just listen to what are the merits of the product. If you like it, then you can buy. So you're just trying to create awareness about the product, and if they in the process like it, then you can say, okay, I'm ready to buy. So check this point out. It involves a face-to-face interaction of the sales force with the prospective customers and provides a high degree of personal attention to them. In personal selling, oral communication is made. What is made? An oral communication is made with potential buyers of a product with an intention of making a sale. With an intention of making a sale. It may initially focus on developing a relationship with a potential buyer, but end up making efforts for a sale. So that's what it is. That's how exactly you do the sale activity also. Then comes advertising, then publicity. I want all of you to have full concentration here, because advertising and publicity is a thin line of difference. Advertising is a non personal, highly flexible, and dynamic promotional method. The media for advertising are, okay, I think you know this very strongly: pamphlets, brochures, newspapers, magazines, hoardings, display boards, radio, TV, internet. Which one will you choose? Will turn out to be a very important call. Choice of appropriate media is an important for effectiveness of the message. It can be local, regional, or even national. The type of the message, that is what type of message you're going to give. The illustration, maybe through an ad or something like that, are a matter of choice and creativity. Are a matter of choice, and creativity. And advertising is very much a paid form of promotion. You got to pay for it. But now, if somebody listens to my class, they are happy with it. They go and tell their friend, look, I heard this person's class. So you can also procure his class from so and so place. I didn't ask them to tell, point number one. Two, I didn't pay them anything. They, out of their liking towards the product or towards the service, they went and told others, for which I didn't pay anything, is called as publicity, which is also non-personal form of promotion similar to advertising. However, underline, no payments are made to the media. That's the key factor. For publicity, no payments are made. Advertising, definitely we have to make payments, because you see there, you want to print pamphlets, money, brochures, advertising on TV, airtime on the radio, everything will cost you. Publicity, no payments are made to the media, as in case of advertising. Organizations skillfully seek to promote themselves and their products without any payment. Publicity is communication of a product, brand, or business by placing information about it without paying for time and media space directly. I didn't pay for it. I did a good service. People were impressed. The best example for publicity is word of mouth. Word of mouth is an amazing way of publicity. I didn't ask them. Many people use this word now, sir, they got free publicity. Free publicity is a stupid term. Publicity itself means free. So don't use the term free publicity, at least after knowing it from now. So they got free publicity. They got publicity enough, because publicity itself is free. The stunts that different people pull up, to create some kind of a fuss about them, and then they're well known in the media. Then others will come and comment, sir, free publicity. Publicity itself is free. So that's all, very simple. Okay. Personal selling, advertising, a paid form of promotion. Non-paid form of promotion is publicity. And when you do something which does not fall in these three categories, that is, it's not personal selling, it's not advertising, or it's not through publicity, then it's called sales promotion. It's an omnibus term, that means it covers everything other than, okay, that includes all activities, but which are not specifically included under personal selling, advertising, and publicity. So this is the residual category. What you don't find in personal selling, advertising, and publicity will fall in sales promotion. Activities like giving discounts, conducting some contest, money refunds, giving installments. You can pay it in 3 installments, 5 installments. Setting up of kiosks. Kiosks are those small tents, portable tents that nowadays people create, establish. By evening it won't be there. You see that on the roadside. Those are called kiosks. Exhibitions and trade fairs. All these constitute to sales promotion. So these are the four very important P's of marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. This is what actually creates this entire story about marketing. But tell me something, if there is a product, if there is a place, all this, is it not handled by human beings, right? And all this should be done sequentially, one after the other, right? So should there be a process? So what happened in the modern day terminology, we have extended marketing mix, not just these 4 P's, but 3 more P's join up, which is called as extended marketing mix. Not a big discussion, very simple. Along with those 4 P's that you saw now, which are product, price, place, and promotion, we have something called as expanded marketing mix. Guys, to do all of this, should we follow a sequence of steps? And that is what is called process. And end of the day, who does all this? People. Without people, how will you be able to do all of these steps that you're talking about? And where will you do it? Should you need a physical place or not? An environment, that is called a physical evidence, or rather simply a physical location, based on where you are. So then we talked about place. Place is where the product is made available, and what surrounds you is called the physical evidence. So 3 more P's have joined the latest context. Typically, all organizations use the combinations of 4 P's in some form or the other. However, the above marketing mix elements are not exhaustive. That means those are not the only 4. It is important, pertinent, compulsory to discuss a few more elements that may form part of an organizational marketing mix. They've got more currency in the recent years. Currency means here not money, currency means importance. In the interpretation context, you have to say they've got more currency means they've got more importance in the recent years. Growth of services has its own share for the inclusion of new elements in marketing. Three more elements. What is that? First one, people. Guys, tell me, without people, where will all this story go? We discussed a long step of marketing. Who will do personal selling? People. Sir, we have to put advertisement now. Who will put? Who will make the advertising strategy? Who will design the advertisement? People. You name any step here, without people, it's not going to take place, right? All human actors who play a part in the delivery of market offering, and thus influence the buyer's perception. Namely, who are those? The firm's personnel and also the customer. Customer also human being only, no, end of the day. You're not selling to some robots. So people, without people, the story is not there. That's what they're trying to tell you. Two, physical evidence is nothing but the environment in which the market offering is delivered, where buyers and sellers interact, or where customers and you interact. An environment. So, what is the difference between physical evidence and place? Obviously, this is a question that was most asked in the past. That's why I'm only asking of, so that I can clarify many people who get that doubt. You already told place, no sir. Then what again? Physical evidence. See, place is where the product is made available for sale, but customer may belong to a particular space, business may belong to a particular space, product is offered elsewhere. Okay, so the entire circle there of the environment, that is physical evidence, which has a much broader concept. Not just the place where it is offered, but also goes place where it is offered, plus customers' locations, plus the business, everything. The environment in which we operate, the environment in which we interact, like how this is an online platform in which we interact, like that, through what basis are we interacting, what is the entire physical environment. This is nothing but a broader circle. Place is only one point in the circle where good is made available for sale. I hope that clarifies your difference. I mean, which is a common question many people ask me at the end of this. What's the difference between physical evidence and place? So place is only one part of the story where the good is made available. Got it? And then last part, which says process. The actual procedures, mechanisms, and the flow of activities which will help you deliver the A to Z. One process will be designed now, guys. See, every business, they can't simply go out there and do something. A sequence of steps from beginning to end, which will help you deliver, right from inbound logistics to after sale service. Everything is followed in a sequential manner, which is called as a process, without which you can't proceed or do anything. Got it? So 4 P's plus the 3 additional P's will make up what is called as the marketing mix and the extended marketing mix. The very important piece of our marketing discussion. And there is one more important piece of marketing discussion which is called as marketing strategies. Okay, there are 13 different marketing strategies, which obviously we will discuss in greater detail. Nothing to worry, we are not rushing there. But one small piece of discussion is there, which you can see here, called as formulating a marketing strategy. Okay, on how to formulate a marketing strategy. But before I start off that, as I usually ask you to do, please take a quick look at whatever we have done here, all the 7 P's. Take a quick look, and then we are moving on to what is called as formulation of a marketing strategy. Small topic, and then we can take up the strategies a little later. Okay, so let's move on here to the next topic, which is called as formulation of a marketing strategy. This is a small and simple one. So what does it actually mean to formulate a marketing strategy? Check this out. Marketing analysis involves a complete analysis of the company's situation. Okay, it's not the first time we are seeing that. We did one full chapter on analysis. A company performs its analysis. Now they are teaching you something that you know very well. What is that? A company performs analysis by identifying environmental opportunities and threats. It also analyzes strength and weaknesses. Now they are telling you, you guys know what this exactly is called, SWOT and TOS analysis. We've already done this to determine which opportunities the company can best pursue. Marketing analysis has three components called as planning. Okay, that is also not new. Everything has planning, implementation, and control, which is taking corrective action. A company must carefully analyze its environment in order to avoid threats and take advantage of the opportunities. Okay, thank you, that paragraph, for a great revision of what we know well. But now let's get to only marketing stuff. See here. Areas to be analyzed in the environment normally include, okay, this also something that we know very well. There are two areas that we have to bother about. One, a very immediate circle, which are more likes of the Porter's five forces. Our buyers, suppliers, okay, who are they? Customers, in terms like somebody who's very close to you. Somebody who's not close to you but will have an influence on you are government, the sociological and cultural, political, these sort of things, broader forces they are called. They won't affect you daily, but when there is some change in them, they may affect you significantly. Check this out. So areas to be analyzed are two: forces close to the company, customers, departments, channel members, suppliers, competitors, and even public. Okay, so these are all people who are close to you. You also have to understand what your broader forces like demographic, which means population factors. Broader forces like demographic, economic, political, legal, technological, ecological, socio-cultural forces. Think back in time in economics, you studied micro environment and macro environment. So if you guys remember that from your foundation, point number one is micro environment, point number two is macro environment. That's all. So all that they're telling you to do is, before doing any sort of a marketing, understand your micro and macro environments. Then moving ahead, marketing planning involves deciding on marketing strategies that will help the company in attaining its overall strategic objectives. Sir, for that, what should I do? A detailed strategic plan is needed for each business, product, or brand. A product or brand plan may contain different sections. This is like more preparing a report. What are those? Let's see it here all at once. Okay, there you go. Executive summary, current company situation, threats and opportunity analysis, objectives and issues, marketing strategy, action program, budget, control. That set of points only are detailed. What are the, okay, once again I'm highlighting for you. A product or brand plan may contain one, an executive summary, which is nothing but a short summary of all the main goals and recommendations to be presented in the plan. Two is a very important thing that you read sometime back. Current marketing situation. What is this? The current marketing situation is a section of a marketing plan that describes the target market and company's position in it. Important sections also include a market description, a product review, analysis of the competition, a section on distribution. Let me break this down for you. One, a market description. In the beginning of the session, I told you target your market. After segmenting the market, find out who your target market is. That is market description. Two, what's your product? A product review. Who's your target market? What is the product? How did it serve their purpose? A product review. Who are the other ones who are doing the same thing? Analysis of the competition and how you are reaching out to customers. A section on the distribution. First, you give an executive summary, short summary of all the main goals. Then you get down to doing this, understanding the current marketing situation. Got it? Then the objectives should be stated as goals that the company would like to attain during the plan's term. Are you understanding what is going on here? They're doing the, what we discussed in the first chapter, establishing a flow on how to prepare a strategy. That's all. Then marketing strategy is the marketing logic by which the business unit hopes to achieve its marketing objectives. Then obviously for doing this marketing you need money, so the marketing budget is a section of the marketing plan that shows the projected revenues, cost and profit. How much should we spend, how much will we get, what will be the profit. The last section of the marketing plan outlines the controls that we will need to monitor the progress. Is our marketing plan going the way we want it? Are we able to achieve whatever we want to in this process? If not, take corrective actions to achieve that. This allows for progress checks and corrective actions. Progress check means nothing but have you come, I mean, like you've come thus far, have you come in the right direction? Like, are you progressing in the right direction? No, sir, some gaps are there. You know what we are supposed to do? Control, which means taking corrective actions. You are preparing a marketing strategy summary. How will you prepare it? Executive summary, nothing but short summary of main goals, then current situation, then what you want from the market, that is objectives and goals, then the marketing strategy on how to reach people, then how much will it cost for you to reach the budget requirements, and see if the plan is going as per what you want, and if there are some corrective actions, that will be the last point. Okay, so that sums up how a marketing plan is prepared, which is what we have to kind of understand from this particular paragraph. 13 different forms of marketing strategies are there, which are very important, and that is why I'm not willing to rush on them right now. What we'll do is to take up them in detail in our next session.